As the sun begins to set beneath the horizon on Costa Rica's Pacific coast, the daytime predators scavenge the shoreline for any last-minute meals they can find before the light runs out and it's time to take shelter. These black vultures here are scavenging the sea turtle nests that have been exposed by the heavy rains and overflowing rivers, washing away the sand where they were once hidden and safe from most predators. In the last episode of this Take to the Wild mini-series conducting research on sea turtles, we tried to deploy fake GPS sea turtle eggs into the sea turtle nests in order to try and track poachers who are illegally taking the nests to sell in the black market. Due to the intense rains, we weren't able to make much progress on our first night. However, we are back in action and ready for night number 2. As you will see in this episode, we will have much greater success on this second attempt. But as with any adventure, there will be no shortage of obstacles ahead.
Do we trust them?
Should I get on the bridge and film it or not? Just in case.
I don't know if I want to. What do you think, guys? I'm not so sure about this.
I think we can do it.
You would.
I think we should have.
Just
I think we
go
should have.
for it.
I think we should have Bryce walk across and tell us where to go.
God damn it.
That's the action man,
I
right?
mean, that sounds fair to me.
I mean, I'm down.
Do you reckon they'll rescue us? I don't know if I want to do it. Bryce, get out and walk through.
I will. You want me
Will
to?
you?
Oh!
I'm just kidding.
That way?
I'm gonna make a run for it.
If you were wondering when we realized that this was a terrible fucking idea, well, that would be right about now.
Uh-oh.
Oh, you want me to get out? I'll get out.
Yeah.
Hold on. Here I go. Ready? 3, 2. Hold on, I got shit in my.
Guys, we're filling up with water. Come on.
We're saying go backwards a little bit. Okay.
Yes, quick, come on. Yeah, but I can't get it to go in.
At the last second before our toy car almost became a toy boat, some local ticos jumped in and with their help saved the day.
Woohoo!
Thank you.
Fuck.
Oh, shit.
Gracias.
Damn.
You didn't turn it off, did you?
I did not, but I put it in my pocket for a while.
Oh yeah, still recording. Holy shit.
Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Muchísimas gracias, usted. Muchísimas gracias.
Muchas gracias, eh.
El carro sí pasa.
Sí, sí pasa.
Pasa.
Lo hicieron.
How's it going, man?
¿Todo bien?
Yeah, todo bien?
I was only a little bit scared.
I could tell.
It's going to be so expensive.
I think we got the audio. Yeah, we got the audio. Also, I don't think you have the 4x4 immediately, right?
I couldn't get it to go into 4x4, no.
Oh shit.
And the car just gets...
I've been there actually, believe it or not. My car did not come out the same way.
Well, we haven't started yet. Let's go. Come on, boys, get in. Let's go.
Alrighty.
Muchas gracias, eh?
Gracias. Hey, everybody. Just want it to go downhill so that
Well, at least we got the manpower on this one.
Thank God you two are here. Oh, actually, I wouldn't have done anything so stupid if you two hadn't been here, so there we go.
Did you take the insurance?
Are you very sick? I don't know if I should have that. I should have actually given that some thought. Yeah, I should have given more than... It does actually specifically say driving through rivers is considered to be negligence.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was gonna leave this here for now, right?
That would be negligent.
Oh my god. What did we learn from this experience, guys?
Water wingies always have them.
Can't go that way to get petrol.
Okay.
We should never listen to Ticos that say, yeah, just go the right way.
Always listen to
Stay away
Bryce.
from the left.
Sometimes you gotta go backwards to go forwards.
Oh, no.
Oh.
Oh, the wisdom.
Everybody's doing their own thing. I was like, we gotta get coordinated here.
Yeah, and I kept saying, we're trying to get backwards, and I was pushing forwards. I'm like, no, we're trying to get backwards.
When it starts to get deep, it can get deeper.
Yes, you will still get out alive.
Production value up. Alright, so it is close to midnight. It's going to be a long patrol today. We're going to do some hours out in the field. Hopefully we'll get as many eggs out as we can. The last 2 days we've been going out before high tide. Today we're going to try to go after high tide, which is most likely when the turtles start to come up. Hopefully we get another run like we did, I think it was day 3 when we got 12 turtles at a time, which is good.
I was just spent all night pissing on the beach.
We all set?
All ready.
Alright. Let's head on out.
As we were heading down to the beach for another night of attempting to deploy the fake sea turtle eggs, our spirits are high since it's already looking much more ideal in terms of weather as well as the tides. It is not a torrential monsoon downpour tonight, and the low tide should make it easier for more turtles to come up and nest, giving us more opportunity to deploy GPS eggs. Not even 5 minutes into walking, and our first sea turtle mama coming up to dig a nest. Yes! This is as good as it gets right here. Now, we have to use red lights to capture these images because any bright white lights could spook the mother and cause her to retreat back into the ocean, abort her nesting attempt. The bright lights would also let any poachers waiting amongst the shadows know our position. Right here, we aren't using any lights at all. This is the night vision setting on our camcorder. What the mother is doing here is called body pitting. It is the first step in the construction of her nest. She uses her body to form a pit and then starts digging with her back flippers. You can see how she turns that back flipper into a perfect makeshift shovel. Once the mother has started the digging process, she goes into a bit of a trance and won't abandon the process as long as we work carefully. Once she has most of the egg chamber dug, we carefully create a little channel into the egg chamber. We will use this space to insert our hand into the egg chamber and under the turtle so we can feel and count the individual eggs as they fall into the nest from the mother. Off to the side there in the sand is the fake egg, ready to go, along with some string that we use to mark where the nest is on a GPS recording device.
Of course, she's got a great little system where she takes one flipper full of sand, puts it onto the side, and then digs out the same flipper underneath the sand. And when she grabs sand with the other one, she kicks this sand out.
Ah, the miracle of life. If you're squeamish at all, you might want to fast forward during this part. As you can see, the mom is now laying her eggs into the nest. They really look a lot like ping pong balls coated in jelly. We had a good enough view into this nest to where sticking a hand in wasn't necessary. We used a mechanical counter to count them as they fell. We want to deploy the fake GPS egg strategically into the middle of the egg pile so that it goes as unnoticed as possible by any poachers taking the eggs out. All of Ridley's sea turtles generally lay around 100 eggs, give or take. So we deploy the fake egg once the 40th or 50th real egg is laid. Here is the fake GPS sea turtle egg. Looks almost identical to the real thing.
Going in. And the egg has been deployed. Go ahead and deploy that baby. Yep. And she's in. Right now she's covering up her nest. As you can see, she's patting out on the sand, making sure it's nice and compact. She's trying to disguise it. And what's interesting is this is like one of nature's best incubators. So all this wet sand goes in first, and that holds moisture in there and keeps it humid. Keeps the eggs moisturized, and doesn't let them dry out, and then she puts the dry sand on top so it stays nice and warm.
When I get back, keep your hand there just while I get a GPS as well, just so we've got that nice and accurate.
How many did she do, Bryce?
84.
84.
84. That egg, I disguised it so good.
Nice. When did it go in?
I made sure. I made a little ramp, and that went right smack dab in the middle of that egg pile.
Nice.
And the way the rest of the eggs fell in just perfectly covered that fake egg. I mean, it's as center as you can get, and there's a good 40 something eggs on top of it and around it. So
Nice.
I couldn't even see it anymore in there. It's a good one.
Awesome. We didn't see any other turtles going down the beach.
No.
No. So we're gonna take another look in a bit after we finish triangulating this.
And right now Helen's triangulating the nest so that we can find it in the morning and check its status. But this nest is at the north end of our transect, and this is where it's rumored to be the most poaching going on. So we have high hopes for this nest right here.
We saw a freshly poached nest about 30 minutes ago. So chances are there are poachers keeping an eye on us right now. I mean, it's good for the data, but obviously we don't want, well, it's like a double-edged sword. We want the nest poached to see where the eggs are being transported to, but also we don't want the eggs to get poached because obviously, guess what, 84 turtles.
Yeah.
84 babies.
We'd much rather have those babies make their way to the ocean and have a shot at life. But I mean, we're not increasing the chance of this nest being poached. It's gonna get poached either way. You know, if it's gonna get poached, it's gonna get poached. But we want to get data, see if we can somehow in the future possibly make arrests or prevent more poachers from doing the same thing with this kind of technology. It's at the best part of the beach we've had yet. Look at that red light down there.
Yeah. Wait, I think that's the antenna.
Oh.
Oh, no, never mind. It's a red light. Solid red.
Yeah. It's coming down here, isn't it?
Wait, hold on. Do some movement. You'll see him. He's like in this tree line. He's by this tree line there, but Helen is over to the right. Oh, get down.
Probably okay. So what's probably happened here is that the smell from them hatching has released when they like open up the eggs. They release a smell, and that smell is what attracts the predators. And then they might also detect some of the movement in the nest, because what will happen is when the egg chamber collapses.
Oh my God! This one's still moving. Look.
Hope for you, little dude. Not sure there's even anything we can do. I've still got the umbilical cord attached.
How far away do you think he was from hatching?
I think they've already pipped. Like these are,
really?
yeah.
Oh, wow.
I think they pipped the nest, and that's what's caused the release of the smell and the predators to be attracted to it.
Wow.
Yeah.
So they were getting ready to go.
They were getting.
Can I like flip them over? Or?
Yeah, I mean, nothing can be done for them now. Honestly, like, we complain about the poaching, but it's the predators that are the worst. And this is a human impact as well, because regardless of whether this was a dog or a raccoon that's done this, like, the dogs are obviously domestic animals. This is a human impact. The raccoons are here in high numbers because they're the trash that people leave lying around attracts them. So it's like, it's one of those, which came first? Like, did they come for the turtles? Did they come because there was a load of trash, or did they just thrive because of both? But, yeah.
They were so close.
I know. Yep, it's a challenge.
After hauling her body all the way up the beach, digging the perfect nest, and using what was left of that energy to lay all her eggs, this mother is exhausted and takes a few minutes to recharge before making her way back down to the water. It's impossible to know just how old this girl is, but what is incredible is that she herself was once born on this very same stretch of beach, possibly more than 50 years ago. Sea turtles always return to the nest on the very same beach they were born on. Olive Ridley sea turtles need to reach 12 to 15 years old to be able to reproduce, and they spend all that time out in the open ocean. Somehow they still are able to find their way back to the beach they were born on without any Google Maps, any GPS, or any street signs. Some species of sea turtles take even longer to be able to reproduce. Green sea turtles, for example, might not be able to lay eggs until they turn 40 years old. What an incredible and ancient animal. We really hope that these eggs she just laid get to hatch, and someday make it right back to the beach to lay their eggs, just like she did tonight. Good luck, Mama.